Well, good afternoon, everyone. Got about an hour late jump on this, but we had a lot to do getting things ready. Come to find out, this beautiful bird comes with Zibo, and I really like it, or at least I thought it does. That's I found it right there. Um, Really, the kind of a retro look to Qantas. So I thought that'd be kind of neat. I know the poster showed the newfangled look to it, but I kind of like this one. Okay, Qantas, if you're listening, hey, can we go back to this? Anyway, I doubt they'll I doubt they'll take any suggestions from Flying with Mike, but then they did. I don't live in Australia, so I wouldn't know. But anyway, folks, welcome aboard Flying with Mike. Been in the business of flight simming for about 20, 30 years. Started really in the late 90s with probably FS 98, maybe 2000, but I'm thinking FS 98. Flown them all up to date, except the two Microsofts to date, 2020, 2024. No plans to fly them. I'm very content with X-Plane. Switched over in COVID at 2020 when my other computer died, and you know what? It's still a learning curve, but I like the way the aircraft fly and all in the sim a whole lot better than what the other company has to offer. So with that, plus you get when you purchase um, X-Plane, you get the ability to download a. Now I hope you all are sitting a free mod. The key word free 737-800. That is better, in my opinion, than anything PMDG has put out. And I have flown them. I love PMDG. Oh, I'm sure they have a couple things we don't have here in the world of Zibo, but I'm here to tell you this is one dynamite aircraft that you don't have to pay a dime for, except the cost of admission into X-Plane. What a deal, folks. Boy, you don't find that in the flight sim world much. You find it more often in X-Plane, I will say that. I have been pleasantly shocked at how many aircraft are actually as good as Zibo and free. So, in the world of X-Plane. So, anyway, we are set up. We are at, well, where we were 2 weeks on the calendar, pretty much to the day, Christmas. We're getting ready to take some folks that came to Christmas Island and take them up to Indonesia, to Jakarta. um, I thought, what's a fitting flight 2 weeks after Christmas? Let's leave Christmas Island for Indonesia. We could have gone back to Perth, but you know, I kind of like the shorter run up to Jakarta. Plus, it's been a while since I've been in Jakarta. So, and by the way, Jakarta, ICAO is whiskey. India, 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 India. And, oh, sorry, I get stuck in a rut there. So it's a fun little. I like the ICAO. It's a big airport, and we're gonna have fun. That's the whole way we do it. And then we have a second flight we're hoping to get. We'll talk more about that as we start that second flight. All right, so that's what you got in store for you here on Twitch, YouTube. I hope you enjoy Christmas Island to Jakarta, Indonesia. All right, as I said, this is the Zibo 737. Yeah, y'all are going, well, there ain't much difference between the one I fly on that other simulator. You're right. Let's get inside where the differences begin to unfold. Again, it's also free. Just realize that, folks. Let me know how much you got to pay for all of your 737s over there. Anyway, enough spitter spatter at them. We've had this little gizmo since I came in 2020. They just got it in PMDG within the last few months. So we've had this for quite a while in EFB. So, and get ready for what, and they continue. It's not like most payware items out there. Again, this is freeware. This is not like most of the stuff out there you pay and you twiddle your thumbs waiting on updates after, for updates to happen. This one, they may already have put another update in since I just updated before the flight here. So they are very conscious, very right on track. If they see an issue, they get in there, they fix it, put a fix out. Sometimes the same day, sometimes one or two a week. It all depends how things are going, but this is probably the best out there. I call it simply the best. All right, and before I take it down, that little message there coincides, by the way, with our verse of the day, where Jesus spit into some dirt and then touched the man's eye and he could see again. I had one preacher, I really liked the analogy he drew up, and it was a good one. As we all know, Jesus was the God man. He was from heaven, lowered himself to come down to us to show us how to live that life that God wrote out for us in the words of Moses, in the scroll, or not scrolls, tablets of Moses, through all of the prophets to Jesus. He put forth this when he took that dust and spit in it. What do you think he might have made the guy a new eyeball? Remember, we're made from dust. Says so in Genesis 2. From dust, God made us in his image. Who's to say that's not what Jesus did? Who's to say it's not? We weren't there 2,000 plus years ago. But I really like that analogy drawn, and I wish the man well. He unfortunately had to resign from the church I go to, and I really wish the best for him. But that has stuck with me still to this day. That is such a great image to ponder. And remember, all of this to fill the greatest commandment out there, to love our God with all our heart, strength, soul, and mind. Then the second commandment, love your neighbor as you love yourself. That is what Paul wrote to the Galatians. So anyway, I just thought I'd put that on your mind to think about. Wow, what a powerful image he put out there. And it's funny how many of in the church don't remember that, or don't want to. I don't know. That is way beyond me. That's for God, Jesus, to take care of. But yeah, what a great, great message that was. Anyway, let's move on from Christmas Island over to Jakarta. Okay, so I have basically, folks, gone back to my old ways. You're like, oh no, that's right. We got to get this plane going. All right, so let's get our flight recorder set up. Hang on, let me get some volume in here. That's part of what I do this for. All right. The toughest ones to hear, the stall warnings. You would think they'd be the ones you'd want blaring at them, but you know, I'm not Boeing. They still haven't figured out how to keep doors on the plane. So You know, why not make the most important warning next to the engine fires so quiet? Boy, overspeed hangs a lot longer than that does. Okay, everything looks good here. Align, align. All right, one thing here, just to keep in mind what this number 6 up here means. Go to nav, go to nav. Okay, if you set your display selector to heading status, that's how many minutes you have till the alignment needs a coordinate and then aligns. So you have 5 minutes right now. I've seen it as high as 9. I've seen it as low as 5. So that's actually the lowest I've seen it. So with that, let's head on down. And oh, there's something new here. What is? We'll look at that in a second. Oh, I didn't notice that when I fired up. All right, so we're good till January 22nd of this year, the new year. Pause it. We are at Yankee Papa X-ray Mike. Okay, all looks good. Drop down here. Today is an even day, so I'll go with the right side. And you can figure that up, whoever, you know, that's for you to determine left, right, how you, they're the exact same numbers, folks. But it's sometimes a system a crew will use, even days, odd days, or pilot flying, pilot not flying, so forth. It's decided upon by the crew. I like to go even days. I go with the even numbered equipment on the aircraft. However, that doesn't exist on the 737, so I go with the right side. Odd days, the left. All right, let's put that up here along with whiskey, India, 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 India. Yeah, just goes on and on and on. Let's get our flight plan requested. Make sure it loads up right. I actually may have to do this again. Hang on. Oh, wait. Load. I'm going to next page it. Okay, it looks like the one I want. Execute. Legs. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. All right. And I'll tell you why. Clear. Clear. Okay. What in the world is this? It's something coming. Something coming. Always gotta love seeing that. How about CPDLC? And there we go. Requests. Is that for weather? Okay. Up there's weather. And we'll go with that. Send. Oh, there it is. Message. I was looking for it. All right, so currently we're looking at 320 at 5 with variable winds. Scattered at 6, broken at 9, broken at 1200. So pretty decent on the weather front. Okay, now let's get to loading this plane. Go over here to airside services. This is something you're not going to find with many. Load, and I'm going to verify real quick. The dump, save flights, view flights. We are under 124 people, 119,842 for the zero fuel, 18,187. That all looks right. We're going to look at that here right now. Okay, so all of this is correct. We're going to activate it so we can keep things moving. And let's verify. All we got to do. Come on, where are you? Oh, there you are. All right, there's Sim Toolkit. You can see, hey, welcome to the tropics. Got some storms in the Jakarta area and down here as well. All right, now let's take a look at this. Loadout. 24,800 pounds of payload, 124 people. That's what we're supposed to have. Block fuel, 181. Let's try that again. 18,187 pounds. Okay, there's our route. And that looks right. Christmas Island VOR to LADI 1 Charlie. Planning 25 left for our landing, departing 36. We kind of saw that cost index 35 and we're heading up to 35,000. Oh yeah, I haven't done anything and it's doing all of that other than activate that. Okay, weather. We already knew it. 320 at 5, 9 unlimited visibility and a broken layer at 900 feet. Okay, we can depart. Don't think we need to worry about ice at 25 degrees. So that's a good thing. Down over in Jakarta, thunderstorm in progress. Thunder shower, I should say. 270 at 3 knots. Visibility 4,000 and broken sky at 1,800 feet. So we will have to probably shoot an instrument approach. Heavy thunder shower in progress, CBs, all runways. So we'll kind of play it by ear as we come in. All in all, though, a beautiful day for flying. Okay, and while I put my flight plan together for VATSIM, why didn't it take that? Well, that stunk. Let me see if I missed something. That's probably what it is. Download. All right. Oh, I don't show a transition. What? LADAR. Okay, we'll put LADAR, LAD. LADI 1 Charlie. That sound right? All right, we'll put that in and our information. Okay, and last but not least, QFA 572. Type 738. All right, we are online, as you can tell. So again, our complement will be 124 people. They're uplifting 18,187 pounds of fuel. There's our zero fuel weight. Looks good. Double check everything real quick. 119,843 looks good. All right, now they're just waiting. They'll be bringing the passengers out here momentarily. Let's get our butts in gear as we have, oddly enough, aligned. Okay. Everything looks good. Coming down. Okay, yaw dampers are off. Fuel. Okay, ground power, IFE, and cab utilities are both on. Supplies are in normal. We'll turn the passengers loose here shortly. And 35,000 and what is 34? We'll keep it at 50. All right, we are ready to get down here and get dirty with the oh, what are we trying to say? With the FMC. Departure. Planning 36. Okay. Let me clear this. This is where it's gonna get a little tricky. Okay. Reason I did all of that, that just clears up a lot of discontinuities. XMX is like right in here. So right about the first line, maybe shorter than that. So I wanted to get that in. Now, we've got our departure in.
Flight deck fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
Good deal. That all should add up to 18,186 or 87. Okay. Arrival. Currently, we are planning to 5 left. Let me take a look. That'll work, actually. I have no problems with that. Okay. Now, let's take a look at what we have. Here, let me bring this in so you can all see how I come to what I'm doing here. All right, let's back the truck up a little bit. Okay, so we're coming off Christmas Island, headed to Ladire. Then we're joining the Ladie 1 Charlie arrival. Now, it doesn't show a transition. Why? Oh, well. We know it's coming off Ladire. All right. Why it doesn't show it there, I don't know. Now, what we're trying to figure out is, do we fly the ILS or the RNAV? Now, with the RNAV, I'm a little more comfortable with it in this aircraft than yesterday. However, let me cancel this out one more time. Here is our current weather. Heavy thunderstorm. As of this moment, overcast 1800, light for the most part winds, soon to be a light thunder shower. The questions. Okay, so we're coming around the horn to Obeg at 4,000. Let's just stick with the ILS for now. Being safe is always the best thing. And that line is off to our missed approach point out here at Nux, and then we would fly back in. All right. So yeah, we'll stick with the ILS. The ILS looks like this. So this is the ILS 25 left. Going now back to the FMC. ILS 25 left. We are on the Lay Deer 1 Charlie. Obeg will be our transition. Oops. Execute legs. Okay, so we'll close this one. Donnie, IMU. Okay. Tessa. And I'm just making sure everything's in here. Ubinix, which is where we come back on a missed approach. SGAN. Oh, wait. Next. Oh, you dummy. Okay. Rutgu. There's our initial for the ILS. And Uxel. And then 9.3. All right. Everything appears to be in there. Missed approach out to Ubinix to hold. All right. That all looks good. Cool. All right. One last check here. Boy, I'm wondering what all these are going to be. Ooh. All right, one last check out of here. 10.8. All right, 1008. Okay, and our there we go. All right, we're set to go here. Now let's get back down here to the FMC and finish up. Okay, so we just finished our route. Next, our perf. Okay. Request. Okay, there's the load, and we're not going to get a execute or anything like that. All right, so we've got 18.2. Double check our load sheet, 18.2. A lot of times I'll say 18.1 just because 87 pounds of fuel, you know, is still 87 extra, you know, a blink of an eye and it'll be emptied, but still. All right. Today's reserve will run with briefing. You know what? I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. Show it to you. Sim toolkit I use for this. Why? I kind of call it a one-stop shop for everything. Let me clear that. Okay, so again, you can see this is the thunderstorms they're talking about. Okay, so I have down here using this cog, Sky Vector. Actually, the settings cog over on the left side will get you that, I believe. If not, obviously this one. I do technically have my charts here, but I rarely use them here. However, I do have SimBrief. And all you're doing is just putting the website in. Now, you have a couple options here. You have a takeoff and landing performance calculator for most airplanes in SimBrief. Sorry, folks, had a sniffle. Now, if that's, you're not going to get the runway map. If you want that, you click Performance and Tools. When you do, you're going to fill in the aircraft. Kind of stinks, but I'll do it this time. We're at YPXM, departing 36, and it'll fill that in. Takeoff weight. Now you got to go to SimBrief and find that. It doesn't import it that I know of. And you got to populate the weather. Takeoff weight today, 137,530. So these are why I prefer to use takeoff performance at the top of your flight. Now, you will see why people like this page here in a minute. Dry 2976, is that even close? Hang on. Close enough. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, close enough. All right, click calculate. All right, this is pretty much what you're used to, except down here you get the runway. So V2 is way up here. Rotate here and here. Latest reject 4,500 feet down a 6,900 foot runway. You have very little stopping distance if you go the distance. That's why V1, you're either committed, you're going to get into the air, or you're going off the end. Now, it is telling us we are going to need takeoff, flaps 15, there's our speeds, and we're going to keep it pretty close to what it is outside. $129, $130, $140. Basically, 140 is going to be that speed on one engine to keep your climb going. Oh, sorry for sniffling in your ears. Oh, this weather is killing my nose. But that's my problem, not yours. So here's all your runway information. Here's all your weather information, takeoff limits, and so forth. And again, there's what it looks like on the map. Same information comes to you over the other way. It's just you don't get this neat little runway map. Here, I'll show you. Goes really quick. Same information, just don't have the cute little map. All right. Enough of that. Let's get this plane up and ready to go. What do you think? All right. So let's take those numbers. Now, I jumped the gun a little. Let me bring some toolkit back. How do I get the reserve number? Okay, let's close this. All right, come down a little bit after you've made your flight, committed it, and all of that. Come down to Briefing Preview and click Show Details. Now, I use for most of my flights the American Airlines one only because, one, it was shown to me by a real pilot, or hopefully he says he is, so hopefully he's not pulling our leg. But anyway, but I like the formatting that you get right up top here. A really good quick synopsis. Your fuel is next, and then we get down into the weeds. So if you're on just where you go in, you put the numbers in, smash generate flight. That's called LIDO. It's a little different, and it's going to actually tell you down here what your numbers are or what you could use. What I use is the get to my alternate SUB, which is 470 miles away. It's a long run to our alternate if we need to go. And my 45-minute reserve. So I have 6,780 pounds of fuel to get there, and I need to have 3,300, call it 70 pounds of fuel at that point. Not Jakarta, but over at SUB, which is, by the way, Janda. And then it even tells you the route to it. Okay, so to make this easier, it's 6.8 plus 3.3, so 6.8, that's 1, carry the 910.1. And we're going to put that in there, 10.1. Round up, folks, makes it so much easier. All right, so as you can see, I put 10.1 here, altitude constraint route key. Not sure where that is. We'll figure it out here in a minute. Cruise altitude, 35,000 is accounted for. Our winds are accounted for, and our transition level off Christmas Island is not being told. But I'll go with 10,000. That sounds good. All right. Let's go to N1. We already know this information. Takeoff TO. Select temperature will be 29. Give it a second. It'll fill it in again. I'm okay if it says climb 2. It's got us at climb. That's fine. We'll get in and out of these clouds quickly then. Then we go to takeoff. I go to next. Well, actually, hang on. Go back. Click. And now I go to the next page. SimBrief will tell you the, not SimBrief, Sim Toolkit will tell you if there's a slope. Hole 1.5? Better account for that. All right, runway wind. 320. Diagonal 7. Slope up 1.5. Heading 355. You can get that off your charts. Wow, what a slope. Let me double check that. Yeah, 1.5. Holy mackerel. Hefty slope there, folks. Kind of like Lukla over in the Himalayas. All right. Runway's dry, temperature 29. Our takeoff temperature we're calling 29. Our outside air 25, and they match. Go back. Whoop. Go back. We're going off here. Flaps 15, was it? 15. They're calling 120, 130, 140. $128. Okay. 130, 140. It looked like a 0 to me. Sorry, folks. We'll go with those numbers. They match what we got from sim brief. And we'll turn that off, and we only have a few more steps to go. I'm going to go ahead and get that APU going. Come on, APU. I truly am starting to think somehow my mouse is not letting it untrigger. Okay, we are even day, so we're on the right side. As soon as we have the APU up, APU bleed on, we'll let the people aboard. And I'll show you how you know it's not set up yet. Waiting on the blue light here. Okay. Before I do it, let me back up one page. Hint: for passenger boarding, set no smoking switch either to on or auto. What that will do is trigger the boarding process. And if we look outside, the door just opened. Give it a few seconds, and the bus and the rear door is opening. Now the buses begin to show up, bringing our folks out to the plane. Bus number 2. And when they're done, they leave. All right, so we're down to the nitty-gritty, folks. Okay, wrapping this up. Engine bleeds are on, fuel loaded, and APU's going. Seatbelts are set, altimeters are set. We're set. Flight director's going on. We're going out of here at 150 for our airspeed. No, they're not. I know this. All right, and all set. But what I will do
ladies and gentlemen, front flight deck, we'd like to add a welcome board. Anticipate possibly some light bumps or some choppy air as we climb out. As a precaution, keep our flight attendants seated for a few minutes. Make sure we know, what that ride's going to be like before they get up. Also appreciate it if everyone would remain in our seats during that time. Thanks for being with us today.
Okay, how I knew we weren't loaded. One, that was way too quick. We're only at 33%, so we're getting close. In the meantime, we got all our charts readied. Okay, and by the way, yeah, that's your frame rates. All right, so I hope y'all have had a great evening since our last flight from San Bernardino to Scott Air Force Base. Hope you've had an enjoyable rest. We are getting ready to head from Christmas Island to Jakarta, Indonesia. Hope you enjoy the flight. Just waiting for him to close the door behind me and get ready. We will not be pushing back here. So, hope you all enjoy this. Should be about a hour flight or so once we get moving. Go ahead, get that readied. And for the most part, we're ready to go. Yeah, we're a little over halfway there. As you can see, standard 737 seating, 3 on each side, as we await her to tell us we're fully loaded a second time. And they'll close the door. Okay. Speed brakes down, flaps are up, parking brake set, step trims in normal, and yaw dampers we will need to turn on. Okay, passengers are boarding.
The seatbelt sign is on. Please be seated and fasten your seatbelt.
2000 minor, we cannot leave the gate until carrying items are properly put away. All overhead bins are closed and all passengers are seated.
Hopefully they don't ask for a criminal. Let's see how they're doing. All right, we're just about filled up back there. Now the bus will just drive straight out into the grass, just so you know.
check for your price job. Come by for all call.
Oh, he went backwards. I did not expect them to back out. Did they have proper backup people? No. All right. You can see it's going to be fun how we get out of here. All right. We're on APU. Lights are on, so we'll do this. Come over here to whole ground services, disconnect. Set our cabin lighting. I'm going to go ahead pull chocks. All right, let me get the ACARS running. ACARS is for the airline Millennium Aviation. If you exclamation mark Mac Air, you'll find them real quick. All right, we are on the board. Comms are correct. Here we go. Pressure's where we need it. Let's crank them. Start with number 2. Okay, just waiting for it to stabilize. Firing up number 1. Maybe. There we go. I think I hit number 2. All right, with everything fired up, time to wrap this up and get taxiing. Okay, everything looks good. Working our way down. Okay, so A and B on, probe heats on. All right, anti-ice, left and right packs coming back on. Give them some air, bleed off. Okay, we'll check our flaps here in a minute. Start the clock. Auto brake reject. RNAV lights, ATC to Terra. And we're ready to taxi. Minus one thing. Let me go to status or systems here. Flaps 15. We're ready for taxi. Okay, everything looks ready to go. Christmas Island traffic. Qantas 572 departing 36.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
80 knots. D1, rotate. Positive rate. $400. 1,000.
And away we go. And that caution light is just our center tank is finally purging of fuel. Give it a little bit longer to purge out. If it won't, we'll just shut it off. All right, weather radar on. Okay, got that. Got the flaps up, brakes off, landing gear. We're on our way, folks, to Jakarta, Indonesia. 10,000's our next one to set pressure to standard. And then we're on our way for about an hour flight. So I hope y'all enjoyed as we bring the travelers who actually went to Christmas Island up to Jakarta. I know, places you've never heard of. Well, Jakarta you might have. But, Christmas Island, maybe not. Or you had different ideas of where it was. All right, there's transition, click standard, lights off. And we're away in our beautiful balloon. Oh wait, it's a jet. A jet for Qantas, the kangaroos. On the tail. Yeah, I kind of like this livery now. The more I look at it, the more I really like it. Let's take a look. There it is. Okay. and we'll be over that big blue area for quite some time. All right, we're on our way. Enjoy, folks. I'm glad to have you. I hope y'all enjoy this ride. Christmas Island to Jakarta in the Zibo 737. Aha, there's some weather up ahead. Let me go ahead and see what we get over here. Should be getting a landmass up there, but yeah, there you have it, folks. Signs of our storms we're expecting as we go into Indonesia. And as many of us in the United States like to say, welcome to Hump Day. We are getting over the hump, and the weekend is ahead. Our first weekend from a full week of 2025 stares us down. Look on the bright side, 51 more to go till Christmas. Ha ha ha. Love it. Love it. So anyway, folks, we are cruising on up. Right now are we showing 35 minutes? Is that what I'm reading? It sure is. So, and that's because the higher we get, the aircraft cruises a little faster. Even with this 16 knot somewhat headwind, we're still going to get there a lot quicker. Remember, it was an hour on the ground. And we've only been in the air 7 minutes. And we've lost 30 minutes. So that's awesome. All right, we are closing in on 35,000. Yeah. Okay, and top of climb is 69 miles away. The airport itself, watch it say 69 miles. No. Jakarta is 397 miles away. Not that close, but yet close enough. So we'll kind of watch this, see how things transpire. But later is just past our top of the climb, and then we'll make the beginnings to our arrival. And altitude restriction wise, where are you? Do we have any until IMU VOR? Really none. There it's, wow, max speed of 265 knots. Shows how busy this airport is, folks. That's quite a ways away, and they're slowing us to funnel traffic at 28,000 feet or higher, no faster than 265. So that shows you what they're doing to try to funnel. Wow. And at SA Gas, a few fixes ahead, we can't go faster than 250 above 17,000. So obviously they're trying to pace the traffic to get it in here so everyone comes in spaced pretty decently. Unless you're that errant JetBlue guy that doesn't understand max and at and all of that. Sorry, JetBlue. You shouldn't. You should find a way to get that video off YouTube. A real JetBlue pilot against a real New York approach controller and the terminology of the word at. It's kind of like Boeing needs to figure out how to keep the doors on the planes. So, and for those of you in San Francisco, if you ever have read the ATIS off the real world and VATSIM, you're gonna see an interesting comment in there, and all both landing and departing. Brief for both runways, or I think it might even say all runways now. Yeah, something happened to cause that. Hey, the pilot was in the right. He briefed the runway, told his departure would be on, and the tower decided to change his clearance. When he told them he has to brief it, that upset her. And so now they have to brief everything. So while both can be said to be right, depending what world you live in, the pilot actually did do what he's trained to do. Brief for the runway given in departure. We're going to change it. We got to stop and reset up, and rebrief. And that's what he did. And oh my goodness, what a firestorm lit off on that. Oh yeah, you can find a lot of interesting stuff now on YouTube. Those two prominently stay on there. Wow. The one with JetBlue though, that is just incredible. I know exactly what the chart says, and I'm not a IFR rated pilot. But I know the Lindy approach, and I know it sucks. But it is what it is, and you got to fly by what it says to fly, whether you like it or not. What even sucks more about that approach is when you don't have a controller. And many of these pilots have no clue what that approach really is meant to do. And it's fun to watch them on VATSIM when there's no control in the sky. Thankfully, in the real world, there is. LaGuardia is only 10, I believe it is, 10 miles away, 15 at the most. So there's reasons why what they say it is why. But yeah, I think LaGuardia is 10 miles. So into the first set of thunderstorms. Then we got a hole, it looks like, and then we will loop around and come in, hopefully on the back side, and it's through. Enjoy the flight, folks. 21 minutes to Jakarta. Okay, call it 30, because we've still got to come down. Oh, we are getting into some turbulence. Little reminiscent of another flight that we did over in Europe. Ooh, that was a mean one. And out we go. Gotta love it. Okay, I'm showing top of descent, 200 miles out. Looks good to me. Let's take a look and see what we went through. Oh, the one in Europe, folks. Oh my gosh. That was incredible. I think I can kill the seatbelt.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So we're leveled to our initial cruise altitude, expecting a fairly smooth ride today. We have the seatbelt sign turned off, and while you're seated, we do ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened about you at all times in case we encounter unexpected bumpy air. And we do thank you for flying with us on American.
Close, Qantas. I know I can go in and change it, guys. I know it. Actually, though, I don't know what to change it to unless that has been a change down the road. All right, 200 miles. Okay, that's 135. Okay, so we're going to start our descent pretty close to IMU VOR. Welcome aboard. And why I keep that cursor close to my heading, if you run into an issue, like right now, if a controller came up and said 25 right, let's just say, well, you're going to be changing wherever you are on this route. The aircraft will turn either right or left to get back to the deer. Okay. And that's what you hear a lot of pilots has happened to them. The aircraft is going back to that start point or the fix behind them and then gonna eventually run it again. How you prevent that is like I just did. Get it close. It doesn't have to be dead on. Fine tune it. If you have to change it, I always recommend hit heading select. Make your changes, then go direct to the next fix, which in our case is Donley. And you shouldn't even show up as an anomaly on there that you let it turn left or right, and then regain your LNAV. But that's what's happening when you hear these FMS oopses. Or another good one out there that happens. Yeah, that guy behind the wheel goes direct to his holding point for the missed approach from takeoff. Yeah, I don't know who's done that here recently. This guy, and had to put in all the fixes for that run, or at least to where it at least stays on the path so the controllers don't get wise to the mistake. Even though they probably know it already. So those things happen, folks, but it's very simple to fix, very easy. You just need to have charts, and you just need to know where you are on those charts. And again, the simplest of simplest things, putting that heading on your route, clicking heading select, saves you much grief, and then you can figure out where you are, what your next fix is, go to it, and if you need to make other adjustments, make them. So, anyway, take it from someone that's made a lot of mistakes in the 20-odd years out here. 25, actually. 20, man. If only I could have gotten paid for all my hours on VATSIM. Holy mackerel. Hang on. Sun is trying to beat into my office big time. Wow. We'll take it. Don't get me wrong. Just a little on the bright side. Plus, that snow is not helping. But it makes it look beautiful out there. Let's see if who we have out here in the gallery. Got a good crowd today. Cool. I hope you enjoy getting out of Christmas Island for Indonesia. And our next flight, I hope to be just as interesting. Oh, my nose. Sorry for the sniffles. All right, looks like another cell we're going to go through and then punch out for a little bit. Another storm. And we'll be out of this one. See how it is here for about 10 miles, 20 miles, see how we do. But there you have it, folks. We're working through the tropics and some thunderstorms. So hope this first week of 2025 has gone well for y'all. It is getting better here. It's gonna take time. We took, like I've said, I think we ran the gauntlet of every possible virus out there over Christmas break for the, oh man. We went through Fluenza A. We went through, of all things, mono, COVID. We've been through ear infections. We've been through RSV with all the little kiddos. COVID not in the kiddos, thank goodness, but one of our daughters, and just been. I got hammered with, as we all know, a pretty good cold. Maybe it was the flu, who knows? But we got through it, and knock on wood, everyone seems to be getting back to healthiness. So, wow, what a gauntlet we ran there. More so one of my daughters because of kids in daycare. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that one, folks. And oh man, it gets no better when school starts. All right, I'm going to go ahead, kill the seatbelt sign again. I don't know if they'll say anything. Oh, but it is just nice to be getting back to healthiness, and hopefully we can turn our sights on. Hopefully 2025 will land us hopefully with employment. Don't get me wrong, I do love coming on here every day and talking with y'all, flying. If there's any knowledge I impart, so be it. But yeah, I wouldn't mind back to work. Look at that, a mountain below us. All right, let's see here. And top of descent ahead of us. All right, what we'll do, take a look at where we are real quick. Click here, here, come in, flaps, whoops, 30.25 left, and our winds currently, let's see how old this weather is. 10 minutes ago, 230. Diagonal, 11. Enter, temperature, 24. Barometric pressure, 1008. Okay, air conditioning on, anti-ice. Let's go. Brakes 3. And estimating our landing weight. Excuse me. 130.5. Click. All right, we'll add 5 and about halfway down the runway. Cool. Plan a VREF at 145 landing speed, probably about 139, 140. All right. Gotta love those spam calls. All right, we're coming into top of descent here in about 50 miles. So let's take a look at this real quick. Asori. Oh, we're past Asori. We'll be coming into IMU here shortly. So I hope y'all have had, like I said, I continue to say it, I hope the Christmas break and all went great. New Year, and things are looking bright for you. All right. See if we can see any signs of storms over that way. Maybe. We'll see. Still getting tossed about a little bit out here. By the way, have you all been seeing a commercial that runs on TV for, oh, I forget the drug. I believe it's for a drug company, that's talking about tomorrow as the day most people give up on their resolutions. They got a name for it. I was kind of like, wow. It looked more like a ad for the iWatch, or an app for it, but to Quitters Day, I believe it's called, tomorrow. And they say look it up. I don't look them up. I'm like, trust whatever. Not that important to me. So. But anyway, yeah, it's been running at least here in St. Louis for quite some time. I don't watch many other channels than Ion. Sometimes the Food Network and a couple of the home and garden and home improvement channels. Not that I'm into home improvement, but there's some interesting stuff there. The Food Network especially, it amazes me what they can do there, but half the stuff I'd never touch. Although probably one of the best lines I've ever heard came out of one of the shows they do there, and one of the chefs came on, was given the challenge of cooking a gourmet meal, and she goes, I hate cooking gourmet meals because you're gonna leave hungry. So true. All right, but yeah, what a great line. And so true. Pay all that money and still leave hungry. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start our descent. All right, couple of ways you can do this here real quick. One, just wait for it. Two, come down here, click VNav, next page, and then you've got a descent now there. Plus, you can set your forecast, which is your transition level, and 13,000 is correct by chart, and get your winds. If SimBrief has any winds out there. So a lot of this is governed by SimBrief. Load. No wind data. So, and then we'll go back to VNav. Next page, again, descent now. Or you can click the button right under 7,000 that says Alt INTV. Altitude intervene. That's what we'll do. And then you get the bar here, the what looks like a glide slope here, plus you show the aircraft descending. But again, you could have waited. Nothing says you didn't, you can't descend there. But here you can be nice and easy on the passengers, bringing the plane in, and still with a lot of economy to it, which the airlines like the word, being economically savvy. Okay, and we're starting our turn here. Again, I try to keep up with it just so in case something I missed doesn't come back and get us.
Seatbelt sign is on. If you happen to be up and about, please return your seat. Keep your seatbelt fastened for the remainder of the flight. On behalf of the flight crew, we appreciate you being with us today. Wish you a very safe and pleasant journey to your final destination. Hope to see you back here with us soon. Thank you.
And look what's up ahead. Another thunderstorm. That's the one in the weather. Light rain, 1600 CB, broken 1800, temperature 24. So we're not getting rid of them, folks. That's okay, though. All right, so I hope you've enjoyed the flight. We're down to about 15 or so minutes to the runway. Hope you've enjoyed it. I always love doing these short hops. They are enjoyable. A lot you can do in them. You get a decent cruise out of it. You get some time to show some things off on the planes, and it's just a really nice up, down land, and it's true to form. So, now what I did is set to 7,000, and I think it's Rutgoo. Yeah, Rutgoo. That is actually way out there. Oh, we might as well set our ILS up too. I forgot, we're in a Boeing. This isn't like Airbus. Okay, ILS for this is 111.1. Okay. And 248. Well, just on the outside chance. Let's go ahead, get those radios set up. Okay. And okay, so I do have a VOR up there. I've got our ILS in, and all right, we're set up. Looks like we're gonna kind of skirt away from that storm. We'll see how that plays out, but you can definitely see it ahead of us. All right, let's go ahead, take over speed, same ways. And we'll start slowing it. Okay, let's get this aircraft more in configuration. Get the engine anti-ice on. Okay, maximum speed at the next one is 230, and then Rutgoo 210. All right, here we go. All right, who said it could rain on us? Pretty good rain shower, and it's not even showing up on my radar. What? All right, time to slow the beastie down. Okay, time to think about putting this thing on the ground. Okay, here we go. Okay, weather looks good. And we are on the ILS. Hope you got your predictions in, folks. We are right now just outside 20 mile or hang on. Is Obeg on here? Just outside 20 miles to the airfield. And look at that, here comes the weather. As predicted. Let's go ahead and I'll set up for ILS Autoland. Got them both. All right, here we go. I'm gonna try something here. No, I'm not. We lost the glide slope somehow. Oh, we gained it. Yep, we lost it. Okay. All right, get me down to... Okay, sorry for the quietness there, folks. Okay, see if that helps. Right, flaps 30, gear 3 green, spoilers armed, brakes set to 3. All we need now is a runway.
Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow.
Runway.
300. 200.
Think rate. Think rate.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
$80.
Welcome to Jakarta. Rough landing there. See what we get out of it. Okay. All right. I don't have my phone turned on, so I don't know just how horrible that was. But I seemed fast in just about every way possible on it. All right, we'll head in here, park. This does kind of not look like what my chart looks like. All right, we're into blocks. Wow. I don't know about you all, but that really felt like I was coming in pretty hot. Okay, landing lights, probe heat off. Okay, gens, fasten seatbelts. They'll be in a second. All right. All right. Wow. Let's take a look at this, shall we? Okay. First, let's see what the airline got us at. Got us on the bounce. So 12 feet a minute. Yeah, I don't think that's what we landed at, but that's what they are going to record us at. Okay, and let me just see something here. Oh, it will. Okay. All right. It's ready for the next flight. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead, terminate it, and we'll keep that. All right, Elevatech. That will be closer to true what our first touchdown was. 600 feet a minute. I'll buy that one at 143. Boy, it seemed like we were a lot faster than that. That's really about all the numbers we get out of it. So hang on a second, go over here, down to 75%. All right. Finally, let's look at the animal that I go by, irregardless, good, bad, or indifferent. Sim Toolkit got us at 553. Again, I'm more apt to believe that. We're not going to go back replay it, but that was horrible. We only got saved by bounce. And the fact we were on an 11,000 foot runway. All right. So the details show an hour and a half flight, 266 miles. Reason for that is, of course, that long way around. Let's take a look at where we actually hit the runway for the first time. Of all the times to actually smack it where I'm supposed to, I did it hard. 14 feet off the center line, 1,300, call it 1,400 feet down the runway, right in the middle of the landing bars. My bad, it was a 12,000 foot runway, hence why I went ahead and landed. That was just horrible, folks, sorry. 553 feet a minute, 2 G's. Oh yeah, that's a hard landing check. And oh boy. Okay, well, you know, there's not a lot to learn from that other than I really don't know where I know where I got out of place. I'm not going to be using that HUD. That HUD just never seems to work for me. And in a way that I can grasp it. Does that make sense? So, all right, well, that's going to call for today, this run. And we're going to go ahead. Twitch folks, if you would, hang tight. We're going to start up our second flight here momentarily. YouTube folks, we're going to let y'all head out. We'll be posting both flights today. This flight will obviously come up first, followed by the next one. I really hope everyone has a great weekend up ahead. First full weekend ahead. And God bless you all. Thank you for flying with Mike today. We will got another flight. We'll have it for you as soon as we can. God bless you all. We'll see you on the next flight.